Boeing's first astronaut mission concluded Friday night with an empty capsule landing, while 2 test pilots remained in space, as NASA deemed their return too risky for now. The Starliner capsule, launched in June, landed in New Mexico's White Sands Missile Range 6 hours after leaving the International Space Station, using autopilot for a smooth descent through the desert night. The mission, plagued by thruster failures and helium leaks, became a long, drawn-out ordeal, leaving astronauts Butch, Wilmore and Suni Williams in space until at least February. Initially, Boeing had pushed for Starliner to bring the astronauts home, but NASA overruled, citing safety concerns, and arranged for a SpaceX flight instead. This delay will extend Wilmore and Williams' mission to over 8 months, far longer than the quick trip that was planned. The Starliner mission faced numerous challenges, including thruster issues and helium leaks both before and after its June launch. Despite Boeing's assurances of safety, NASA was unwilling to risk bringing the astronauts back aboard the troubled spacecraft. Instead, NASA opted to use SpaceX for the return trip, now planned for the end of the month. Williams and Wilmore were originally expected to return by mid-June, but the thruster malfunctions during the trip to the space station raised serious concerns. After extensive reviews, NASA decided it was too dangerous to use Starliner for their return. As the Starliner capsule undocked from the space station, Williams radioed, "She's on her way home," while engineers monitored the capsule's descent. Despite some minor issues during re-entry, including further thruster problems, Starliner achieved a successful landing, described as a bullseye by NASA's Commercial Crew Program Manager Steve Stick. While the landing was safe, Stick expressed relief that NASA chose not to risk the astronauts' lives. Boeing's top officials, Ted Colbert and Kay Sears, supported NASA's decision, acknowledging that this wasn't the conclusion they had envisioned but applauding the spacecraft's overall performance. This mission, filled with delays and technical setbacks, is part of Boeing's troubled effort to provide orbital transportation for NASA, which began after the retirement of space shuttles over a decade ago. Boeing's first unmanned test flight in 2019 had so many issues it required a redo in 2022, and the company has since spent over $1 billion on repairs and improvements. In contrast, SpaceX has become a reliable partner for NASA, preparing for its 10th crewed flight later this month. Wilmore and Williams will return on SpaceX's Dragon capsule, which will launch with 2 astronauts for the half-year mission, with the remaining 2 seats reserved for their return trip. Despite the numerous challenges, Wilmore and Williams, both experienced astronauts, remained active aboard the space station, assisting with experiments and repairs. They have now become full-time crew members,